tone, but you still look like you don't look like you have anything on. This also uh-huh, that's right. Hey guys. So, earlier this week I went on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook and asked you, what video do you want to see next? Because I had some ideas, but I wasn't really feeling all of them. The request that I got the most was to do a what foundations do you keep in your kit video. I might give you a couple suggestions or talk a little bit about other foundations I like if there's time. But let's get started talking about foundations that I keep multiple shades of to do makeup on people that aren't just me. All right, I'm going to start with one of my all-time favorites, and that is, I have it on my hands. That is MAC's Face and Body Foundation. Face and Body has a tendency to separate over time and explode out of the container, and that's what you see happening here. I went to grab this and it just like boom all over the place. Always what I do with these is decant them into little containers like this to use. They will separate in about a year if left on a shelf. I've kept this in the refrigerator, and I bought this September 22nd of 2009. So that's how long it took for this guy to go bad, which isn't that bad considering that normally it would take about a year for this to explode. The reason that I like this foundation so much is because it looks just like skin. It looks like you have no makeup on. It's so nice for men's makeup, for women who don't want to look like they're wearing. I've used this on a bride before who didn't normally wear makeup, so she didn't want to look like she wasn't herself. And this just sort of evens out the skin tone, but you still look like you don't look like you have anything on. This also wears incredibly well. You can put this on, go to the gym, sweat your butt off. It's gonna stay put. This is water resistant and transfer resistant, not waterproof, not transfer proof, but it will resist it, if that makes sense. This wears like a tank. Moving up a step in coverage, I have Estee Lauder's Double Wear Light. I have this in intensity, I'm not gonna look at all these, but I know I have intensity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A couple of reasons I like this one. It is so easy to carry. The tubes are really thin, they're really light. This is a nice long wearing, not as long as their original double wear, but a very nice long wearing light to medium coverage foundation. This does have an SPF rating. This is an old container of SPF 10. I don't know if the new one has that listed because there are some SPF regulation changes, and I don't know if it still says, but this does still photograph really well. I have never had a problem with any flashback with this at all. This is just a nice everyday natural looking makeup. Then going up one more level in coverage, I have MAC's Studio Fix Fluid. I have this. I'm going to tell you what shades I have in NC15, NW20, NC30, NW40, NC45, and NW55. You can kind of see, and this is also why I like liquid makeup, because you don't have to have this comes in a ton of shades. You don't have to have all of them if you're using liquid foundation. You have a little from this end, a little from that end, a little in the middle, and you're good. It's just like doing a book report when you were in school. You didn't read the whole book. You didn't read the whole book, did you? I always read the beginning and the end and the middle, and then I wrote my report. But I don't like to read. Same kind of thing with liquid makeup. I get a little from the light shade, a little from the dark shades, and something from the middle, and I'm good. I can mix up anything. The reason that I love this, and I do, by the way, put this in the pump that you can get separate. It just makes it a lot easier to use. This is a full coverage liquid makeup. This makes the skin look flawless when applied correctly. Some people don't like it because it's a little heavy, it's a little thick, they say it's a little gloopy. I love this stuff. This, though it also has an SPF rating of 15 on the bottles, this photographs beautifully. I don't have another foundation that photographs as well as this does. I think it's incredible. This just makes the skin look just like mannequin skin. It's so pretty. I do this for stage makeup. I do this for any kind of photo shoot, anything like that, where I really want stuff to look really flawless. Love this foundation. Other foundations that I really like that I don't have as part of my kit, but just you might want to consider, Estee Lauder's Resilience Lift Extreme right here. I have this in just a few shades. This is like Studio Fix Fluid by MAC in a lighter version. This isn't as heavy, it's not as thick, it's not as full coverage, but it still has that same silicone slip, that gives that nice sort of flawless look to the skin. I really, really, really like this stuff. The Invisible Fluid Makeup. If you are a fan of using foundations like Chanel's Vitalumiere Aqua or that Armani Maestro, I think is what it is, that liquid stuff in the dropper, this in my opinion is a much better alternative as it is alcohol free. We're all going to have difference of opinion on whether or not you should put alcohol on your face. Some people say it's okay. I personally do not like to. This gives the same look, comes in an amazing array of shades without the what I consider to be skin damaging alcohol. One that I have in just a few shades here that no one really talks about is Youngbloods Liquid Mineral Foundation. This one is sort of like a combo of Studio Fix Fluid by MAC and Chanel's old Pro Lumiere, which I absolutely loved to death. It's a little heavier than Pro Lumiere. It still has the same kind of a glow. I really, really like this stuff. It's expensive and I just don't have a whole lot of it. If you are looking at drugstore foundations, I know that a lot of people really like Revlon's Color Stay. I have that in a couple shades here. I really like their age-defying ones, and I think they still make these. I have a hard time with drugstore makeup telling when something's been discontinued and something hasn't. Generally, anything that says age-defying or age reducing, line reducing, whatever, it's going to be a silicone loaded foundation, so it's going to glide onto the skin, it's going to have a lot of slip, and it's going to really give the skin a nice flawless appearance. So those are usually my favorites. This one, I'm not saying it's at all like the YSL Touche Éclat one, because it's not, but it's got the same sort of a feel to it in my opinion, that same sort of ultra moisturizing kind of a feeling. I also recently tested Almay's Smart Shade Mousse, and I actually really liked this. I did a photo with it and uploaded it on Instagram a while ago, and this looked really, really good. This is sort of a classic CC cream in a lot of ways that you'd see from like an Asian brand, where it's white and then you put it in the skin, you start blending it, and it starts to turn a color. This looked really, really good, and I was really surprised, and it wore kind of well. So that's not really a review, but that's some choices if you're looking at drugstore makeup as well. And yeah, so if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, please do leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to get back to you. And that's all. So until I see you next time, which will be soon, please take care, and remember, drive safe.